I get four? I get four? Okay, four. Okay, I'm going to do my original works. The first one is from my book of beauty called Beleza. This is Coffee and Love. And then I have a gothic poem, or like a scary poem for you, based on Magic Jack's like magic. Okay, Coffee and Love. Let me make sure this is the right version. I've got a couple of versions of this. Okay, yes. Coffee and Love. Money is a waste of time. Ask a dying man. Better yet, ask yourself, what man isn't dying as we speak? Yeah, they call that living, the living. As for me, if I have a say in this brief dance and breath, I'd invest in coffee and in love, especially in fall. It's just the right kind of bittersweetness, like loving someone so much you would let them go, knowing they would be best for you, but not the other way around. Bittersweet like natural chocolate, artisanally refined by brick and mortar, but too exhilarating. Like the first time our eyes met, like the first time our gaze refused to part. Bittersweet stillness, quite heart beating, for an eternity wound up in a prolonged moment. Add cream, add sugar, dark or light roast. I'm always happy to see a cup of coffee, even if it reminds me of her and makes me forget everything else that could make me happy. I'd still divest my time and all my soul to fall once more, especially in fall, with all of the dying things of the earth, urging me on to live while my leaves have yet to fall where they may, especially with the mug of joe, to fight off the cold and the doubts, to feel for some time that bittersweet note that makes me feel like, and I'm using borrowed words here, like we could live forever some other day. Thank you. That was Coffee and Love. Okay. The last one, I'm going to have to look up for just a second. Can someone give me some of that, what is that? Doom, 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 doom. What is that? That, Jeopardy. Yeah. There we go. Love it. Alright, and we're on. Okay. This is called Butterfly Wings. I intend to publish it this Halloween. It's my attempt at a scary poem. It's more gothic than scary. It's hard to make poetry scary because people don't fear what's beautiful, they fear what's ugly. So, this is Butterfly Wings, inspired by Magic Jack's song, Like Magic. The scariest thing, perhaps, is to love in vain. Like if you did never love at all or ever could. Allow me then to tell you all a quixotic tale of love and loss, attached loosely to a headless boy, playing at a heartless man. It all started so long ago, as is the time-old adage. On the hilt of another chilly fall not too far from a kingdom by the sea. It all started when she gave him wings, yes, butterfly wings, to keep him, little old him, from falling, from tripping dreadfully into the deepest of longings, from aimlessly wandering in pitch-black pitfalls of despair. So sharp were the winds, mind you, like a resounding guillotine, engulfing in smoke that neither heats nor soothes. In his defense, what more was there to do than fall and fall? And she did give him wings that made him see, finally see, eyes open wide and held, exposed to that cruel eclipse that were the mystifying colors of the radiance of her alluring flight. In his defense, what else is there to see besides the fall and fall? And did she not give him his wings that made him hear her siren songs, grooviest of things, macabre drum and rocking licks and riffs, embraced in a stiff trance by the ghostly sounds, murmurs like a suffocating scream, and by the greening eminence of her. How do you close your ears in free fall? You can only fall, even in the gentlest of falls. And her gift was oh so sweet, butterfly wings that made him feel like magic in the air. wondrously intoxicated, barely holding on to his individual reality in mix of senses, betrayed by her witch's brew and by totality of her monarch eyes astray. In his defense, is there any real difference in being devoured by one abyss or by another? And with his butterfly wings, she let him fly for just a little while into the vacuum of her world, and by her ghastly sourceless light, and with his dilated eyes and shrunken deafened ears, the boy flew on, magical feelings and all, safe and sound, but only at her every whim and mercy. And so it ends, for us at least, he having only one sad story left to tell, his last breath and final realization of the fall. And out of all of this, I believe the most dreadful thing of all is that had he not fallen to that spell of hers that gave him wings, he would still be just falling into this fall or into the next, until she came again and strayed ever so near, close enough to place upon him wings once more, as told. Come again to mesmerize, come to enthrall and to devour whole, the boy and any hope of that poor fool ever being free. For we can only truly fly by our own wings, else we risk the dragging of another. We risk keeping them from their own lovely flight and feel for freedom. The scariest thing, perhaps, is to love in vain, like if you did never love at all or ever could. Be wary then. Grow your own wings wide, and never pretend to give or take someone else's butterfly wings. Thank you all. Alright, start with the French. Does anyone speak French here? A little bit. On peut, oui, oui. Okay. No, at least two. Okay, I like how it sounds, so I'm just going to say it anyways. Good practice. French poem number 2, second draft. Elle est partie de ma vie. Oh, I'm sorry, let me restart that. Elle est sortie de ma vie comme une fleur qui est née pour être détruite. Par les vents ou par la terre, un petit soupir sans le soupçon de très jamais, de très puis encore. Elle est partie de ma vie, outre elle, même moi perdu dans mes maths, dans mes mots silencieux, qui ne connaissait pas mes lèvres, mais seulement la blanche de mes pages tachées d'encre. In the translation, she is gone from my life, like a flower born only to be destroyed, by the winds or by land, a little sigh without the slightest suspicion of ever being, of being anymore. She is gone from my life, another her, she. And the same me is here, lost in my silent words that never met my lips, only the ink-stained pages of my journals. Thank you. That was my second attempt at French poetry. It's a work in progress. The grammar is pretty bad. Okay. Now I'm going to... What about Spanish? ¿Hablan español aquí? Un poco, okay, más. Más español. Tenemos boricuas y brasileños o mexicanos. Okay, let's see if I can find it. This is my absolute favorite Spanish poem. It is called Espero curarme de ti by, is it another Jaime? Yeah, another Jaime. No. Jaime Sabines.
Name of the hour.
Yeah. Espero curarme de ti. It's a love poem. I'll read it in Spanish and I'll translate. Espero curarme de ti en unos días. Debo dejar de fumarte, de beberte, de pensarte. Es posible. Siguiendo las prescripciones de la moral en turno, me receto tiempo, abstinencia, soledad. ¿Te parece bien que te quiera nada más una semana? No es mucho, ni es poco, es bastante. En una semana se puede reunir todas las palabras de amor que se han pronunciado sobre la tierra y se les puede prender fuego. Te voy a calentar con esa hoguera del amor quemado y también el silencio, porque las mejores palabras del amor están entre dos gentes que no se han dicho nada. Hay que quemar también ese otro lenguaje lateral y subversivo del que ama. Tú sabes cómo te digo que te quiero cuando digo, ¿qué calor hace? Dame agua. ¿Sabes manejar? Se hizo de noche. Entre las gentes a un lado de tus gentes y las mías, Te he dicho, ya es tarde, ya es tarde. Y tú sabías que te decía, te quiero. Una semana más para reunir todo el amor del tiempo, para dártelo, para que hagas con él lo que quieras. Guárdalo, acariciarlo, tirarlo a la basura. No sirve, es cierto. Solo quiero una semana para entender las cosas, porque esto es muy parecido a estar saliendo de un manicomio para entrar en un panteón. The name of the poem is Espero curarme de ti. I hope to cure myself of you. Espero curarme de ti en unos días. I hope to cure myself from you in a couple of days. Debo dejar de fumarte. I need to stop from smoking you. I need to keep from smoking you. De beberte, from drinking you. De pensarte, from thinking of you. Es posible. It's possible. Siguiendo las prescripciones de la moral en turno. Following the prescription of morality in turn. Me receto tiempo, abstinencia, soledad. I recite time, abstinence, and solitude to myself. ¿Te parece bien que te quiera nada más una semana? Does it seem right to you that I love you only one more week? No es mucho, ni es poco, es bastante. It's not a lot, it's not a little bit, it's enough. En una semana se puede reunir todas las palabras de amor que se han pronunciado. In about a week, we can reunite all of the words of love that have been pronounced. Sobre la tierra, y se les puede prender fuego. Over the land or earth, and we can light them aflame. Te voy a calentar con esa hoguera del amor quemado. I'm going to light you up in that fireplace of love burnt. Y también en silencio, and also in silence. Porque las mejores palabras del amor están entre dos gentes que no se han dicho nada. Because the best words of love are between two people that have not said a word to each other. Hay que quemar también ese otro lenguaje lateral y subversivo del que ama. Let us also burn that other language, that lateral and subversive language that loves. Tú sabes cómo te digo que te quiero cuando digo. You know that I'm telling you that I love you when I say, ¿qué calor hace? How hot is it here? Dame agua. Give me some water. ¿Sabes manejar? Do you know how to drive? Se hizo de noche. It's becoming night. Entre las gentes, a un lado de tus gentes, in between my people, at the side of your people. Te he dicho, ya es tarde. I've told you, it's late. Y tú sabías que te decía, te quiero. And you knew I was telling you, I love you. Una semana más para reunir todo el amor del tiempo. One more week to reunite all of the love in the world. All of the love of time. Para dártelo. For me to give it to you. Para que hagas con él lo que quieras. For you to do as you please. Guárdalo. Save it. Acariciarlo. Caress it. Tirarlo a la basura. Throw it in the trash. No sirve. Es cierto. It doesn't work. It's true. Solo quiero una semana para entender las cosas. I just want a week to understand things. Porque esto es muy parecido a estar saliendo de un manicomio para entrar a un panteón. Because this is starting to look very similar to leaving a crazy house and entering a graveyard. Thank you. That was Pablo Neruda's... No, not Pablo Neruda. That was Jaime Sabina's Espero curarme de ti, one of my favorite Spanish poems. Okay. I love that poem.
Gorgeous, Alvaro. Alright guys, that is it for tonight, but I would like to extend a thank you to all of you guys for hanging out here. I mean, all of you guys who performed, or even if it's even your first time and everything, it always means a lot to our performers and our artists to have people here that are loving and supporting and continuing to create a safe environment for us to share our music and our art of all kinds. So thank you guys so much, and we do this every Tuesday night. If you guys enjoyed yourselves and you have other people that would like to join, please make sure you invite your friends. We want to continue to grow this space for our local artists here in San Marcos and Austin and San Antonio as well. Again, my name's Kelany. I'm your host for you this evening, and you guys have a wonderful rest of your night.